Hello everyone, in this lecture we'll be discussing about HTML images. Images can improve the design and appearance of a web page and how you have to link it, what should be, in different screen sizes and in mobile, in desktop, in laptop, in different, devices, how your image is gonna come. So we'll discuss about that. So we have already discussed about this, how you can, the source of the image, and if image is not available, how you could use an alternate text in case the image is not there. For example, this is picture of trolley, but and width and height is set. We can also change the width and height to like 400 or something like this. So image will be like this. In case, let's say I have changed it, in case image is not available, so a image logo will come and the alternate text will come due to any reason. If image is not available, so this will happen, then alternate text will come. So we have already seen that in the previous lectures. So these are some more examples. Let us skip these. We have already discussed this HTML syntax tag, that is the source, the path, and the alternate text for the image, the source attribute and the alternate text attribute. So we are just skipping this. We have already discussed the width and height of the image. So you could also use the style attribute and set the width and height of the image according to your needs. So width and height or style, so what you need to do, the width, height, and style attributes are all valid in HTML. However, I suggest you use style attribute. It prevents style sheets from changing the size of the images. So what you have to do, instead of putting width and height, just you could write style width 128 pixel and height 128 pixel. So what will happen? Let us see. In this style sets the width of all images to 100%. Now width is 100%. Now if I write something like this, width 128, height 128. So as you can see, the first image uses the width attribute to 128 pixel, but the style in the head section overrides it and sets the width to 100%. So the width is made 100%. 100% means this width, the horizontal distance till the page ends, is the width, right? If we do something like this, so width increases like more. So what we need to do, the second image uses the style attribute to set the width to 128 pixel. This will not be overridden by style in the head section. So if we write something like this, that width 128 pixel and style 128 pixel, so it won't be a problem for us. But if we write something like width like 100% in the style section at element, so that will be very difficult and we'll get wrong results. So this is how you should do. Now images in another folder, so you could just paste the address of the subfolder to before your file name. Basically this is the path, the source attribute. If you have image on another server or website, what you can do, you could directly paste the URL of the picture into your source section, image src, and you could paste the whole URL. Now there are some animated images too. HTML allows animated GIFs. For that, what you can do, you could just like this GIF is moving. So what you can do, image source, if it is GIF, whether it is PNG, JPEG, and all the standard image formats, HTML supports that, and you could also use GIF. Now you could also use image as a link. To use an image as a link, put the image tag inside the a tag. Now what you need to do, first you need to do the anchor tag href. Here's a relative URL default.asp, image source is smiley this, and alternate text is this. Now what will happen, this image will take you to W3 schools that is listed here. So this default ASP is it is w3schools.com. Now image floating, use the CSS float property to let the image float to the right or the left of a text. How it can do, first we need to study the syntax. All the syntax is same. In the paragraph we have used image smiley gif and alternate text smiley face, style float towards right, and in the next we have float towards left. So the image will float to the right of the text and image will float to the left of the text. So what will happen, this image is on the right of the text. So what we did, the image tag was there, and we told it that the style is float and it should float in right, and in this we told it should float in left, so you could see the syntax and note it down. So this is how you could use HTML image in image floating. And but this is all CSS topics, so this will be discussed in detail in the CSS section, not right now. So let us now go to image maps. So HTML image maps. With HTML image maps, you can create clickable areas on the image. For example, you could click on this image and move to another link. HTML map tag defines an image map. An image map is an image with the clickable areas. The areas are defined with one or more area tags. Try to click on computer, phone, or the cup of the copy in the image. Right? If I click on laptop, it will take me to computer, something like this. If I click on this mobile phone, it will take me to phone section of the website. If I click on this coffee, so what will happen? It will take me to the coffee section, another website. So what will happen? It is one single image, but if I click on laptop, it will take me to another website. If I click on this phone, it will take me to another website, and if I click on this coffee, it will take me to another website. So what is to be done? So basically the HTML source code for the map is this. So we'll study this. First let us understand how does it work. The idea behind an map image is that you should be able to perform different actions depending on where in the image you click. To create an image map, you need an image and some HTML code that describes the clickable areas. The image is inserted using the img tag. The only difference from other images is that you must use map attribute, right? So use map is like work map. You have to use this attribute. The use map value starts with a hashtag followed by the name of the image map and is used to create a relationship between the image and the image map. Now let us create an image map. Then add a map element. The map element is used to create an image map and is linked to the image by using required name attribute. For example, map name is equal to work map. The name attribute must have the same value as the image's use map attribute, right? So whatever we used over here, use map, work map, that should be, it may sound a little bit confusing and fast, but don't worry, we'll be practically applying everything here. You'll understand by the end of the video. The areas, then we have to add the clickable areas. A clickable area is defined using an area element. So shape, you must define the shape of the clickable area. So it might be rectangle, it might be circle, it might be polygonal regal, or it might be default, that is defines entire region. So if I say shape is rectangle, then I need to find the coordinates of the shape, till where is the rectangle will go. So it comes in, the coordinate comes in pairs. Like for example, the coordinates are 34 and 44 for this particular point, and for this particular point we have this. So basically we need 2 points, and from that we could just make a rectangle. So what will happen? Area shape is rectangle, and we'll just put our coordinates. So in the first it was 34 and 44, and in the next here it was 270 and 350. So basically diagonal, if you select these 2 points or this point and this point, so you will able to create a rectangular area. Here in area shape you can select rectangle and select the coordinates, these and href computer.html. So in which link should you go by clicking on this? So this is the area, these are the area of the coordinates. If you click on this, it will take you to computer.html, this page. Now if you want to create a circle, so first locate the coordinates of the center of the circle, right? So the center of the circle is this, the coordinates are 337 and 300. Then we have to specify the radius of the circle. So in this we have taken 44 pixels. So from center to the circumference of the circle, the radius is 44 pixels. So we have the radius is 44 pixel. So for example, we'll use area shape is equal to circle coordinates, uh, first the center coordinates, then we will add the radius coordinate. So 337 300 represents the center coordinates, and 44 represents 44 pixels represents the radius of the circle, and href is coffee.htm. If you click on this coffee, so it will take you to a coffee web page. Now the shape is poly, so it might contain several points, and any shape could be formed. So what you need to do, you could like find multiple coordinates and you could list all these coordinates. Like for example, you could list all these coordinates. So you will have a defined a particular area. So it's one of the hard working tasks that you need to find the coordinates each and every point. And if you find all the points, then you link uh, croissant.html, and if you click on this croissant, you will go to something like that. A clickable area manager can also be used for this. Let us just check this out. If you want to try once, you could see this. So what will happen, image map is this. Now we have map name is food map. So while placing our image source, we have to define use map, and here we'll use a id, that is food map. Now map name is food map, and we'll uh, you know put all the coordinates over here. So this id should be same when you use in use map, food map, and name, map name food map. So this should be same, all the coordinates are placed, alternate text is there, and href is given, that is which site it will redirect me to go. So if I click on this croissant, so it will take me to this website, right? This was the image maps website. If I click over here, nothing will happen. But if I click over here, so it will take me to a web page, that is croissant, and it will take me about tell me about that. So this is how it, the image map and JavaScript. A clickable area can also trigger a JavaScript function. Add a click event to the area element to execute a JavaScript function. Right, this is all the JavaScript code. We have to use the script element. We'll not be discussing it here. You'll have a separate course in which you'll be learning, the full development course. In that you'll contain all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So if you do that course, you'll be having all the necessary details, and you'll learn everything, how to create a like good website, dynamic website, something like that. So the chapter summary is that map element is used to define an image map. The area element is to use to define the clickable areas in the image map. Use the HTML use map attribute of the img element to point to an image map, right? Now specify a legal value for anything. So any legal value could work, like rectangle, circle, something like that. So for rectangle we use rect. So we need to know this. So these are all the image tags: img, map, area, and picture. So now let us study background images. So HTML, a background image can be specified for almost any HTML element. Background image on a HTML element, so it will use some CSS property, style, right? Like we used to write background color, we'll just write background image, and then we'll write URL, and in bracket and in single inverted commas we'll write the URL or maybe the file of the image. So let us see. If I write something like this, so the text that is written, that will have background image, right? So this is how it will work, and full image is not being loaded because text is only this much. So the paragraph style could be done like this. So a background image can be added. You just have to, you are adding it in a particular image, so in a particular paragraph. So this paragraph will only have a background image. If you want this to have in your whole web page, so what you need to do, just copy this and paste it in your body. So what will happen, it will, this is coming again, so let me just cancel this. Now if I run this, so what will happen, this is the background image. I have pasted the URL written, and then the source of the image, and in this everything is written over here. So I don't need to worry, and this is how background image function works. Like we used to do background color, and this is how we could use background image. We would also use in style element also, like we used to do background color, same as background image. Now background image on a page, I just showed you how you could put this in body, and you could do. Now if you want to repeat a background, you want such a background, so what you need to do, First, background repeat. If you don't want to repeat, so you could set the background repeat, no repeat. Now if you want to stretch the background or you want to do something like that, so you could use all the attributes here and some target values of those. So background sketch, if you want the background image to stretch perfectly fine in irrespective of how the image will look like, so what you can do, background size you could do 100%, 100%. So in this case, what will the web page will completely have the image, it will stretch the image. So this is how it works. Now let us go back. Now we have to study the picture element. The HTML picture element allows you to display different pictures for different devices or screen sizes. For example, if you are opening a web page in a laptop or you are opening it in a phone, so the screen size is different. So the HTML picture element gives developer more flexibility in specifying image resources. The picture element contains one or more source elements, each referring to different images through the src set source set attribute. This way of the browser can choose the image that best fits the current view, right? So what you need to do, you just need to put this. So for different screen size, what you need to do, in some minimum width is 650 pixels, in something there are 465 pixels, something like that, you know. Now if you want to resize, so it's a hassle. So instead of that, what you can do, you could just, if you have a small screen, it is not necessary to load a large image file. The browser will use the first source element with matching attribute values and ignore any of the following elements. Now there is format support. Some browsers or devices may not support all image format, but by using pictures element you can add images of all format, whether it is PNG, JPG, something like that, right? And in style, what you need to do, you need to set the width to auto. So what will happen if you set the width to auto? So it will take accordingly to that. If I set to width like this, it will, because it is a you know laptop, so it will do like this. If I open this in you know mobile or desktop, something like that, so it will show me a different picture. Now these are the image tags, we have already discussed this. So you just need to be careful with this child, and you have to write width is equal to auto. So by doing this, so first you need to specify this meta name is equal to viewport content width. Now the content, all the content is with his device width, and initial scale you have to take 1. So you just have to learn this and write this whenever you follow this code, and by using this you will be able to use the picture element. So this is how you could use the picture element, and image of any format could be used. So that's all for this. We have already understood what are images map, and different things for background images, the picture element. So this is how we could learn everything and implement all this. Now what we, in the next lecture we'll be learning HTML favicon. So I'll meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.